Hello everyone, and you are extremely welcome to Countdales. This is our election night special, cocktail class number 2, with myself, the Ents officer Hugh, the wonderful JCR president Alex, and the amazing TCD Law Soc Ents officer Ruth. So just before we begin, just a bit of housekeeping. We have, since our very first cocktail class back in Freshers Week, seems like a million years ago, it was only about 6 weeks ago, we have been in a constant work bubble, meeting each other nearly every day as part of our role. So don't worry, we are in our safety bubble, we're allowed to be this close, and we all have recently tested negative on our COVID-19 tests, so we're all flying, hopefully. That won't be the thing putting us on the floor tonight. We'll get to those very shortly. So a huge welcome from Trinity Ents to our second cocktail making class of the season. And you might have noticed something going on across the water. It is indeed election night in America. We're going to be making 6 American-themed cocktails for you this evening. And not only that, we're going to have a special guest lecture on in about 10 minutes talking about the American system, how it's different. And after that, you'll hear us pontificate all about American elections, candidates, the Senate, basically things we know nothing about, but we just love talking because we love our own voices. So, we are pretty much ready to go. Huge thanks for joining in, and I hope you're excited as we are for a wonderful night of events. First, I would love to introduce Ruth, the amazing Law Soc Ents officer. Take it away, Ruth.
Thank you very much, Hugh. My name is Ruth, and I'm the Social Secretary of the Law Society, and we're just so happy to get to do another cocktail collab with Ents and the JCR. It's a bit of a winning combination at the moment, so we hope you enjoy. Loads coming up. And Alex, maybe you'll take your bit away?
Yeah, I mean, I had the misfortune of going last there, so everyone said all the nice things first. I've run out of stuff with things. I'm Alex, I'm this year's JCR president, so I work in halls. I'm very excited to bring the second of hopefully very many more cocktail events.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, us too?
Yeah, the first one we're going to start with a New York Star mocktail. So the first thing is tea.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And I'm perspiring, I'm melting, so the further away from the lights I get, the better.
Add some vanilla extract into your tea. That seems like a lot. It's a big cup.
I was gonna say a good amount.
Yeah.
It's a big cup of tea.
And is the tea hot or cold?
The tea was made, here's one we made earlier, lovingly by Ruth Brady.
So it is a
the tea's cooled down a little bit.
And does it matter?
No, not really. No. Sure, with an espresso martini, you'd pour boiling hot coffee into it, so it doesn't really matter. Our other ingredients today are cranberry juice, egg whites, which look gross, and maple syrup.
It tastes good in the cocktails.
And a spoon. So, first step is grab your cocktail shaker and pour 50 ml of tea. So the top of this cocktail shaker is just a wee 50 ml measure. So the tea and maple syrup mix, and I'm going to make 2, so that's 2 sets of 50 ml, 100 total. Already ruined this lovely tablecloth here with spilt tea, but sure, we'll go with it. Then we need to juice a lemon. That's 25 ml of that. So this here is a 25 ml measure.
See, the reason that Alex is doing this and not me is because Alex measures everything and I just throw everything in. So
4 measures of drink, Asher.
Yeah,
you know, I'm very thirsty.
Sure, the same. The last time everyone was complaining I went too fast. I'm having to do it in person.
Yeah, and he's doing very well. I'm loving it. Oh, please do. Oh, yes, by the way, very exciting. We're launching a competition all throughout the evening and the night. Tag us, hashtag Trinity Ents, hashtag Countdales on Twitter, on Instagram. The best either joke, pun, or cocktail itself will win a free box. They're downstairs. I'll get them very momentarily. Of Fulfill protein bars, very kindly given to us by Fulfill. So, 12 bars, I think it is. They're divine, they're beautiful, and that is up for grabs this evening. Sorry, Alex.
There we go. Lovingly squeezed. Oh crap! I have to do it again. 2 measures. So.
But lemons are great. My granny swears by lemons every morning. So next
Big
time
thing.
in a cocktail.
yeah, get the health benefits in.
Number 2.
1 or 5 a day.
We should really invest in a juicer if we're going to keep doing this, Hugh.
It was even on the accoutrements list. We just didn't listen to our own instructions.
I'm quite good at that now.
I think someone was complaining the shopping bag was too heavy, so you know yourself.
Shopping bag's too heavy.
Yeah, it was very heavy.
Fish out
My
the
poor
seeds.
shoulders were. My dainty shoulders.
You didn't give us a hand at all.
I was gonna say, I was like,
You're not even getting away with
Yeah,
that.
just give it away on live television. That's fine.
there's a
No
lot of
problem.
acting going on
So
here.
currently in your cocktail shaker you've got 100 ml of tea, 25 ml of lemon. Next up is 3 well, 6 in this case, teaspoons. Oh,
Oh.
brand new. We need to take the seal off. There we go.
It's a good sign. You know we weren't cracking into the cocktails before the broadcast started.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 teaspoons of that. Give it a mix around. Finally, egg white.
Intrigued to see how this
Yeah,
goes.
this is going to be...
Me too.
Oh, yum, yum, yum. Give me that afterwards. I'm just going to neck it.
Protein.
That's 2 tablespoons because we got making 2 of these. Best glasses are your lowball glasses. We have flamingos. Okay, first step is you shake it without ice. That froths up the egg. Then, here's some frozen water I had earlier.
Magic.
Stick in your ice. Oops.
There goes the tablecloth.
Yeah. Alright.
Shake once more until cold. And strain.
Oh, wow.
No.
That is not what I expected to look like.
Aw.
How was that
And-
colour? Is it meant to be?
If, and only if I've done this right, when I add,
No pressure.
yep, I know. If you take the back of your spoon, pour this in.
Okay, I feel like this is actual magic, not
Yeah, it's
cocktail
gonna
making.
It's going to explode.
No, it's just going to go two-tone.
Oh.
Broadcasting live from The Alchemist.
So it sits on top of your egg mixture,
That
but
is
below
very-
the foam.
That is very impressive. Alex, there's a reason we got you on.
I was gonna say.
No one else would do it.
Pretty
Well, he's not lying, so I'm
Yeah,
not sure
exactly,
if he's
yeah,
lying.
Yeah, there you go.
That is amazing.
So there's the first of our cocktails from tonight. This
Fantastic.
is a New York Star mocktail, so I
Bananas.
present to the two of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's say
Rinse
sláinte.
out all of
Yes,
our
Sláinte.
And Sláinte to everyone at home. Guard meal, Alex.
Yes.
Very much appreciated.
I actually can confirm, despite the egg white,
Oh.
that is quite. Yeah, no, I actually
I know.
will probably enjoy that as we go to a cutware interview.
That is very nice, Alex. Fair play. That is
Yeah.
absolutely. And might we remind everyone at home, I presume you guessed, non-alcoholic, completely alcohol-free, a New York sour mocktail. There you go. now.
Definitely want to
There you
add to
go
the
now.
list.
Very tasty. Fair play, Alex. Very,
Well,
very well
glad
done.
you like it.
Lovely. Right. I think we're pretty much ready for our interview now,
Yes,
are we?
I
We're
think
getting
so.
very close.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I am going to escape and set that up while they do the espresso martini because I hate coffee. I'm sorry, it's just not for me. But I am going to bring this with me because it was so tasty. So I'll be back very shortly with our interviewee. And,
No problem.
yeah, keep going, guys.
In the meantime,
Very nice.
I will resume Hugh's spot. And Clark will
Steal
everything
center
up.
stage?
Well, would it be like me?
No, never.
But
get
yeah,
all the
looking
bits and
forward to the
pieces.
interview with Professor Cherry that's coming up. Professor Cherry is a lecturer in political science, and he will be giving us an insight into all things American elections, how the system works, what might happen tonight, and also an insight into some of the controversies that America has been facing recently. So Alex is very much looking forward to that because
I know absolutely nothing
there is that.
about American politics, but I know a fair amount about how to drink espresso martinis.
So, cue him doing that.
This is how Griff and I met, actually, over espresso martinis at a law ball pre-drinks, which is probably the most pretentious thing I've ever done. And Ruth's going to make one alongside with me. So, go.
After that brief interlude, now you know what's in it. And Clark, yes, Clark is going to show you how to make the espresso martini, which, as he said, is how we initially met and formed this allegiance over espresso martinis.
So, first step is Kahlua. Now, you'll see a lot online will say coffee liqueur, but Kahlua is always the best. So, for one, it's 50 ml of Kahlua. There you go.
Beautiful.
Then it's 50 ml of vodka, so if you want to put yours in there.
Ah, yes. Oh, I'm going to follow along. I'm
Yeah.
actually learning tonight. Woohoo! Does this mean that Alex doesn't have to make them for me anymore?
No, I'll still do that now. I'll go and grab my coffee over here.
Two of those. Oh, wow. Yeah, leave a comment whatever one you like the most. I think we all know that this is the one that I'm going to enjoy the most. So if I make it past this one, happy days.
There we go. So
Gorgeous.
it's really simple in espresso martini. It's equal parts of everything. So it's equal parts coffee, vodka, and Kahlua. There's not much to think about. Just one there.
This goes.
There you go. And there goes the tablecloth.
Excellent.
It's really
Listen, we made no promises about this tablecloth.
All right, that's yours there.
Thank you very much, babe.
Thank you.
That one's yours.
All right.
Musical chairs.
See?
Okay.
There we go.
Beautiful. I'm gonna just trust that mine is also done.
Two. Goes for us.
Please.
And strain
Okay.
into a martini glass.
If mine actually turns out right.
Lost the foam of it there.
Well, I mean, we're getting a bit. Oh, helping me out as always.
Lost the foam from mine.
So maybe shake for longer if you, like me, did that.
There you go.
But,
Right, just
thank you
pass
very
that over
much,
to you.
Dom.
We should sit down and enjoy
Yes.
our espresso
We will sit
martini.
down and enjoy these and wait for Hugh to tell us when the interview is.
Wonderful. So, he was your professor last year, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. And they're just so nice. I actually had to just. Yeah, Professor Terry was my political science lecturer last year. So very entertaining and very funny guy. And very, very knowledgeable. So I'm hoping that I'm studying law and political science. So I do in fact know a little bit about it, but we're going to teach Alex a little bit about it. So.
Yeah, I don't think it'll work. Ruth and I have overcome the law biz, law Paul divide to sit here today, you know.
Yeah, it was a momentous occasion, to be honest.
Okay. All right, hello, welcome to Cocktails.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of in shot a bit, so I'll kind of cue this one up. So welcome back to Cocktails. We are going to interview Professor Raj Cherry. So Professor Cherry was my political science lecturer last year, and he was incredibly entertaining and informative and very engaging on all things politics. So we are going to be asking him just a couple of questions tonight, just to get some more info about the American electoral system, educate Clark here. So, Professor, I suppose the first question is just a lot of people, they won't know how the American election system is set up. So can you just give us kind of a brief insight? What are people going to the polls today to vote on? You know, maybe talk us through a little bit about the Senate and the House and the fact that they'll be electing in their president, hopefully, tonight. And yeah, just give us a little brief overview of how the system is kind of set up in the States.
Okay, well, thanks for having me, and hello to all my students, my ex-students that may be watching this as well. So the U.S. is a presidential system, as you know, and the president is elected every 4 years. So what basically happens, in contrast to a parliamentary system, where a parliamentary system you have a parliamentary election of a party in power who goes out with those that have either a majority or a plurality or a coalition within the House that are able to form government. In a presidential election, effectively a choice is made for the president to be chosen, and once he or she is chosen, they will form their cabinet and form government. So that's just the big picture of what happens in presidential systems, in contrast to parliamentary systems that we talked about in first year and we've talked about. So what happens in the US during the presidential election is that the people will effectively indirectly vote for president. What that means is that each state will have a number of electors within the electoral college, and those electors are given the mandate by the people to cast their votes when they all meet after the election to choose the president. So effectively, different states will have different numbers of electors. So I think Montana has 3 electors, and it's roughly directly related to the population of each of the state, whereas states that are more populous, like California, has the most number of electors, and then states like Florida will have a high number as well. So the candidate that receives a 50% plus 1 of the vote will take all of the electors. I think in most states, there's a couple of exceptions from what I understand, but based on that, then the president is chosen. So that's why you effectively see scenarios like in 2016, where even though the popular vote was for Mrs. Clinton, they didn't have enough electors to be able to take the win because they had lost, given the way the college works. If that makes some sense.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. I think that a big kind of buzzword around the election, especially this year, is electoral college. That's definitely a good kind of overview. Alex is nodding here, so I feel like I've contributed somewhat to his education on politics already. So thank you very much for that, Professor. Yeah, that's definitely clears it up. And actually, just on that note of elections this year, obviously in the midst of the pandemic, one huge trend that we're seeing is that a lot of people are voting by mail-in ballot. I think it's something like over 2/3 of the votes cast in 2016 have already been cast like by mail-in. And obviously there's a bit of controversy about this. It's always been available, but obviously people are utilising it a lot more because of the pandemic. So I was just wondering if you can kind of let us know what is it about these mail-in ballots that's going to affect the tabulation of the results so much that there's all this controversy about it?
So, well, first of all, it's very difficult to say what the impact will be because the postal vote, I don't think in the history has ever been so high. Now, as you said quite correctly, given COVID-19 and given that people are concerned, obviously, about catching it, it's increased the number of postal votes. I don't think we know a number yet of what percentage of the final vote total that will represent. I think they've counted up to 100 million. Is that right? Maybe you have the figure
I think
closer,
you're correct, yeah.
In terms of pre-election voting. So what is going to be the impact of this is really, really hard to say. I think it's assumed that those that are voting by way of post are probably going to vote Democratic. So if that's the case and they vote Democrat, then the impact would be that you would have more of a Biden vote coming in, obviously, whereas the traditional vote on the day will be coming from the Republicans. Okay, but there's a lot of uncertainty as to what that means, and two, we still have no idea what percentage of the votes that have been done by post will be representative of the final vote total. What is certain is this: I don't think that you'll be able to see who the victor is tonight, precisely because they have to tally so many votes that will still be coming in and being counted.
Yeah, yeah, and that is one of the big things about tonight is like for one of the first times I would say is we might not know who the victor is on the day of the election.
The other thing I can take, so I do mostly European politics, I'm not an US politics specialist, but what we have noticed in countries like Spain, which we studied, for example, if we see that there's more mail votes taking place, which will translate into a higher percentage of people having voted than elections before, we can say from the European experience that if there are more people voting than expected, generally the right does worse than expected. So this could be, if it increases the overall percentage of votes compared to the election before, positive news for Biden.
That's so interesting. Just kind of the psychology of it there, a little bit of an insight. Maybe that's indicative of what is going to happen tonight. And actually, on that note, Professor, have you a hot take? Have you any prediction? What way do you think it'll swing? I think we might make some predictions ourselves by the end of the night. So if you want to contribute.
I'm sure with after all your cocktails, they'll be more liquid than most of mine sober. Look, when I've made so many bad calls in elections and results of important things in the last couple of years. I called Brexit wrong. I thought Hillary would shoe in to win. You know, I don't know. I mean, everyone's saying that it looks like a decisive Biden victory.
Yeah.
Whatever the win or loss for whoever it is, the only thing I think is that this result probably won't be known 100% until 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's going to happen in the meantime, waiting for those results. And I think that's a little bit of the fear of what's going on in the United States right now, is if you have the incumbent president, if you have President Trump saying right now, you know, I want the victor announced tonight, and I won't accept anything after that. We don't know the social instability that's going to be a consequence of that. But if you're asking me to call, I would have thought Biden's going to win. But look, I'm probably wrong.
Okay, well maybe the opposite of that happened. No, I fully, it's been hard to call elections the past few years, I think, but sure, we will see. Professor, we are enjoying talking to you so much. I'll probably wrap up, but I think that one question that would be interesting to have answered for people, because it's definitely somewhat of a hot topic at the moment, is Amy Coney Barrett. So she is the Trump administration's proposed replacement for Ruth Bader Ginsburg's place in the Supreme Court. This is really controversial. The Democrats are claiming that they're really, expediting her appointment, and they're not very happy about this. Can you just give some insight into why they're unhappy about this, and what the consequence of her getting her place on the Supreme Court so quickly could be in this election?
So the first question is, could you repeat the first question?
Yes, sorry. So it's just, why is there such controversy? Why are the Democrats?
Sorry. Yeah, I think the easy answer to that is that nomination of Supreme Court justice is something that is a significant thing for any president to do. In doing it effectively when they're deciding whether or not you'll have a mandate or not within weeks of doing that is not something that's precedented from what I understand in US politics. It certainly would not be considered best practice. Now, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, there was something similar when before the last election, Obama's administration was considering putting up a Supreme Court justice, and they got a lot of criticism from the Republicans for doing that. So it's more of a norm, I would have thought, that outgoing presidents or even presidents before an election shouldn't be making appointments to such an important institution, and I think that goes to your second question. A Supreme Court justice effectively can shape the nature of very important decisions that are made. Now, one thing that we've learned in Introduction to Politics is always that within the institutions of a political system, you have the independence of a judiciary that is quite important in terms of being able to interpret laws, to see the constitutionality of them, etc. When a political appointment is made to that Supreme Court that has that power, and that clearly is not necessarily based on the competence of the judge, but rather on the partisan stripes that the president in this case is wearing, and the actual ideological perspective that this person is coming in with certain more conservative views towards abortion or a host of other issues, this effectively could be interpreted as stacking the court, of making it become more conservative in this case. So that's why I think it's not very normal or best practice for a president to do this before an election, and B, and that's precisely because the nature of this position can have a really shaping and lasting effect on the evolution of laws in the country.
Yeah, no, absolutely, exactly. I'm looking to Alex now. He's my cue. Is he learning?
No, that was the only thing I knew about, which you'd mentioned earlier, Professor, about how in Obama's administration they did look to appoint a Supreme Court justice. I think more weeks prior to the election than
Trump
is this year, but we're denied it, and so it's a big source of controversy, and that's the only bit that I actually knew.
You knew
already.
And thanks, and I think that clarification even puts it more salient to the point. I think the administration of Obama had flagged this well before even the election, and it was something that they had time to deliberate about and reflect on, whereas this literally happened so quickly, given the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, that one would have thought there should have been a reflection time before jumping the gun and stacking the court based on these partisan interests. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Professor, thank you so much for coming on to talk to us. I think everybody's a little bit more educated on the, I'm getting loads of thumbs up in the back. So I know everyone's definitely feeling a lot more informed. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Your insights were very much appreciated.
You're welcome. You did have one question I think you wanted to ask, if I would bet on a winner. You asked me who I would, if I could call it, but would I put €10 down on Biden? Sure, I would. I'm not a shareholder of Patty Power.
Okay.
It's something I certainly would do. I wouldn't put more than €10 down.
Okay, excellent. That's a really nice cue. So everybody comment below how much money you would put on who you think would win. I don't know how much I'm putting on yet. I'll check my Revolut, see my finances. But thank you so much, Professor. I know that we're going to cut to a little break now so that everyone can clean their stuff and get ready for the next cocktail. But yeah, thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Have a fantastic evening.
Wonderful. Thanks very much for
Happy
joining us,
election
Professor.
day.
All right.
Hello everybody, you are extremely welcome back to Countdales. Now can I just say while I was setting that up, these two took over and they did a phenomenal job. A huge thank you to Ruth for the wonderful interviewing of the professor, and also Alex for just sitting there looking pretty. He did very, very well at that.
Yeah.
But for the amazing, for learning exactly, and for the amazing cocktails, I finished my New York Star mocktail, as you can see. I actually did. Divine, beautiful. Alex, the gift, talent for making people drunk. Love it.
I'm very glad to hear.
So we're going to keep going with the cocktails now, folks. We've 3 coming up. I have forgotten the running order, but I'm sure Alex will tell you very shortly. And while we're making the cocktails, after we've finished, we're going to just, chew the fat about the American elections, give our own predictions, and anything else we think might happen on this wonderful and crazy night. By the way, first election result was, now this is Alex's special fact.
This is absolutely
Yeah,
special fact.
I made a proclaimment there was none in yet. But
No. I have already forgotten the name of the town, but there's one town, Dixie. There we go.
That was good memory.
I didn't even. no one even said that. Yes, there's one town in America with 12 inhabitants, only 5 of which are able to vote. And they've all voted Democrats. They've all voted Biden. So the results are in for one singular town in America.
So Professor Cherry, that tenor, you might be in luck.
We're calling the election now, okay?
Just revelate
You know
yourself.
yourself.
Democrats have it. Brilliant.
Alright.
Yeah. So that was so that's our prediction. By the way, if you have any predictions you want to get involved, please do
Yes.
comment hashtag on our Instagram, on Twitter. There's a full box of fulfilled protein bars going cheap, going so cheap it's free. I believe me.
Going
Very,
cheaper
very
than,
cheap.
cheaper than cheap, yeah.
But yeah, let's without any us waffling on, keep going, Alex.
go
Get us
on,
started
Alex,
drinking
go
again.
on.
So our next one is an old-fashioned. So obviously with an American-themed cocktail night, we've got some Jack Daniels. So it's a fairly simple one to make. So we'll all make one ourselves.
Woo! Oh,
Yep. I
Again,
know.
I'm scared.
I'm not trusting the
Listen.
sharp knives.
I'm not letting you cut, so that's okay.
Yeah. Hello.
An abrupt interlude there. I got very disorientated as the ingredients flashed up on the screen. My life flashed before my eyes.
So there were the ingredients there. So for this cocktail, you're going to need a teaspoon of sugar per one. You're going to need 60 ml of good whiskey, and then some bitters. We don't have bitters. We have limes.
Which is probably what you have as well.
Yeah, because we couldn't find them in Dunn's and we weren't going to another place.
Yeah, you know yourself. The bag was already heavy enough. Not that he would know, as he didn't actually help.
Okay, I brought limes and oranges today. Okay, I'd like to hear the slander up my name.
It's a
Okay.
tiny little contribution, yeah.
So step one, just 1 teaspoon
Okay.
of sugar in your
We'll pass
glass.
it down. Like if you actually say 1 teaspoon,
we actually-
and one more time I'm going to break it into like Mary Poppins.
Teaspoon.
There you go. Right. Oh,
Perfect.
we're in rhymes. Like
Grab-
you prepared earlier. Okay.
Wait, hang on. How many teaspoons? Okay.
One.
One,
Okay,
just
good.
still one.
Okay, just get there. We haven't gone to 2. Okay.
No. Grab your lime and squeeze a little bit into your.
The whole thing now, or just
No,
a little,
just a little bit.
Oh, sugar. Okay, that's fine.
Quite literally.
Sugar.
So you are supposed to muddle. I don't give them either of them a spoon. So they're
yeah.
going- they-
Checkmate.
Well,
Ruth's gonna have to wait now until the rest of us are
I don't
finished.
need your spoons.
So you're going to have to ignore the horrible sounds
Ah, maybe I
of
do.
spoons
Yeah.
on glasses.
Sorry. It doesn't look great either, folks. So don't worry, you're not missing it. Yeah.
And that's it. That's just the cocktail. It's just sugar and lime.
Bottoms up.
My
No,
wrist
no,
can't
so-
do a circular motion.
It's like that's like a
Thanks,
tequila
mate,
shot, but
thanks.
without the fun. And then next, I was hoping for a pull-off top, but it was not. Next up, we grab our measure. Once you've muddled sufficiently, so your measure, and it's 60 ml of whiskey. So for this, that's 50, and then find.
Oh, that's 100. Close
Yeah.
enough. Yeah.
Absolutely,
10-ish.
absolutely good
Yes.
luck to me getting this right.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be about 200 ml. Okay,
Yeah. Oh, shit.
There's
Oh,
50.
space everywhere.
wait.
And
Be good, be good, be
and
good.
I just guessed 10. Like,
Zoe.
So 50.
That seems fair.
I had a real thing against orange slices as a kid, because my mum was big into hockey, and it's a big hockey foot where you cut up a orange and then someone walks around. Thank you very much. Someone
Right.
walks around, but I had such a weird objection to eating orange slices, but I'd peel and eat orange segments. I just really had this thing against.
That's wild. I would have thought
I
orange
know.
was your favourite colour.
I have absolutely no reservations to oranges, but Alex actually has never tried Coca-Cola. Is another fun fact about Alex.
This is into it now,
Okay,
is
yeah,
it?
he's never tried it, but when was the last time you had it? About 5 years ago?
Oh yeah, I won't lie. Yeah, I actually have not had Coke, any fizzy drink. or
I
anything,
necked
yeah.
the can of Club Orange before we came on air. I mean,
I
it's
know,
the only way
it's
we
so
can do
alien
it.
to me. You don't need Coke see when you're on about like 20 coffees a day. You're
Yeah.
pretty solid.
And then finish it off with this in the evening, 80ml of whiskey and a bit of ice.
There we go.
How else would I finish an evening? The world's
And
stressful
then-
at the moment.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
Drop your lemon, slice it. Sorry, your lemon. Christ.
He just
alright.
hates oranges so
Yeah,
much.
I
he's
just-
calling them lemons.
I can't even bring myself to say it. And that is real fashioned. So
Cheers,
Cheers.
Doctor. Now,
Cheers.
bottoms up.
Oh, that is actually nice to be fair now.
your face lies.
Oh, yum. If you like whiskey, you like this.
Me like, am I a whiskey girl? Well,
Yeah.
I am not a whiskey guy, but while we have our old fashions, all right? I think it's time we start chatting. When we start
Okay.
getting down to the brass tacks of politics. So,
uh-oh, let me
Oh
see
dear.
what I said.
in case those at home didn't realise, it's election night tonight. But the big question is, I'm going to have a quick bit of trivia for you guys. If you get it wrong, first of all, I'm going to ask you to leave. But secondly, you're going to have to take a drink. So we're going to start off super fucking easy. Super
Right.
easy, right? And also,
Okay.
by the way, no guarantee my questions and answers are correct. That is not a guarantee Trinity Ents makes, okay? If I think the answer is correct, we're rolling with it. So tough.
Please comment below and cancel him if any of his facts are not right.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay. Alex and Ruth. Let's start with a very, very easy one. So obviously the two candidates are Donald J. Trump and Joseph Orban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm
sure.
pretty sure it's weird.
Yeah. I think
Was that the question?
that was yeah.
My
Yeah,
politics
well,
essay
good job.
on
Right,
this.
we're going on break. Okay, but who is the first to Alex? Because I feel like he knows less, so it's more entertaining. About American politics, of course. Who is the Democratic vice presidential nominee?
Kamala, isn't it?
Yes. Second name.
Kamala.
Sorry,
Kamala.
Kamala. I don't know her surname.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. But that's not an answer.
Sorry. Let me just think. For
Same
one more.
last name as our Minister
Dixon.
for Higher Education.
It's
Don't
Dixon.
stop.
Kamala Harris.
Oh.
There we go.
No,
How did
see,
you get that?
My
I know.
viewing is supreme. This is a dream team. Sorry,
You don't know that. Yes, you do, Alex. Okay, yes, you
Me saving him from. Well, he's probably gonna drink it anyway. Okay, hit me.
do. Okay, this is actually
Yes,
a little
I will.
bit easier, but I'm going to ask a little bit harder of a variant. So, vice president at the moment is
It's Pence. Mike Pence.
Michael Pence, of course.
Grand.
He was governor of. Now there's. Where are we? There we go. There's a toughie.
I
Huh?
actually love American politics.
And
Why
it was-
didn't I know this?
It wasn't Harris. Harris, not the answer.
Alex, you can't help me. No.
No, I can't.
I'm going to say. Oh, I do know this, but is it like?
I hope I'm right. I really hope. We have our live fact checkers who just scream no if it's wrong. So don't worry.
Arkansas?
No.
Oh.
No, that was Clinton.
I'm 95 that was
very-
Clinton. I'm 95% sure it's Indiana. Can we
Yeah,
get some
probably
live fact
would.
check?
Somebody comment below. Oh.
Is
I'll
it-
just
was
wait
it-
till my
yeah.
phone starts buzzing as Twitter kills me.
Oh my god, I actually apologize. My mother's gonna be disgraced at me. I watch I listen to Americast every single morning, and like I'm meant to be the authority on American politics in my house. But
Let's
here
stick
we
it on
go.
repeat. I mean,
Indiana.
Indiana.
It was
It
Indiana.
was Indiana. He
From
was
that
right.
from that mystical
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
So, folks, confirm it was Indiana.
Pence
Boom.
himself just shouted across the waters at us.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Right.
So,
Okay. Do you have another question?
I do have another question. So that was a relatively easy one. Okay, so these are going to be
Harder.
right. Okay, harder, but I'm going to give you the slightly easier one. Who is so? I think a third of the Senate is up for re-election. Of course, a third of the seats aren't competitive, but 33, I think, are up for election. We know a lot on this show.
Yeah, we do. We
I have
really
a fair
do.
feeling you googled all these while we were in that Zoom interview.
You got me. Just read down my hand. That's why I can't read it smudged. But so, leader of the Senate at the moment is a Republican. Okay, I'm not going to ask that one. What is his name? Okay, yeah, drink. Oh yeah, you have to drink. I forgot about that. Right. Okay, over to Ruth.
No, don't pass it on to me. No, because I know that Palazzo is the house. Okay, wait. Why am I actually taking this seriously? Like it's a drink.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't.
But me, like I'm
gonna get a
putting
death
everyone
threat
to shame. Oh my god, it's a Republican.
Amicably known as the turtle. Well, no, not amicably. The opposite. Amicably. But yes, he's
What
known.
sort of facts Did you research? This is
I
all
just
really
like my
weird stuff
politics.
coming out.
my politics, okay?
My American friends are going to cancel me. Apologies to Charlie.
Big
Watching
drink,
it,
big drink. It is Mitch McConnell.
Oh, I knew. I was like, okay.
I didn't know that.
Senator
There was
from
no
Kentucky.
chance I was getting that.
Okay, we're going to go for Ruth this, and we're going to stay on you. Who is the Democratic minority leader? A Democratic senator from New York.
I said, that's the one that I was saying.
No, you did the House. My useless knowledge of American politics finally coming to the fore. You're proud now, ma'am.
His fake knowledge.
It's not fake! That is...
This is...
We won't say the FN word, but that's what that is, okay?
Every time he says fake news, take a drink.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah. No, Alex, this is your question.
Yeah.
I failed the question there, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so on you, Alex.
The
You can drink now.
mystic voice in the back is not
Channel
showing me
it.
a photo
Channel
of
it. Channel it.
Amicably known by the president
He's
as...
going off screen to read
I'm
it.
fairly sure as well that's
Nancy.
No!
That's the
That's the
House
House! That's the majority! No, that is the
I'm not
Speaker of the
happy.
House,
I'm not
Nancy
taking
Pelosi,
that.
Democratic, I believe from Sacramento in California. But
Yes.
no, it is Lion Chuck Schumer from New York.
Oh,
Lion
okay.
Chuck
I
Schumer.
knew
Not actually
Schumer.
Lion.
I've been sabotaged by the
Okay,
ghost.
so both of you drink. Bottom. Our fact checker was like, it's this one! It unfortunately was not. Halfway there, a liter of something. Okay, so one more question, and then we're going to get on to... I haven't even touched
can't
mine.
take
You give me a question. Right, come on.
What's my middle name?
Oh, well, that's not very American politicking. That is not on the ballot, okay?
Well, I couldn't answer any of the other ones, so
Oh my
this is what
god.
we're going with right now. What's my middle name?
John?
No,
No. What is it?
I have two. It's William Duncan.
Okay.
Do you know? Actually, I wasn't supposed to be called William Duncan, but my granda was the one given put in charge of registering my birth, and he stuck his middle name in because my so that's my mum's dad, and my dad's dad was the only one that is my name, so he stuck his in first. I've spelled that. Whoops. But yeah, so that's
really
why I
doesn't
have
want to do the drinking.
I have two middle names, and
Two
they're
middle
both,
names?
they're both tragic.
You never thought you'd hear that in our American trivia stream, did you? Also, we're going to have to burn this. We're just going to literally put a match to it and it'll go up in flames anyway. So, unfortunately, it's the end of the days for this.
Apologies.
This
to
lovely
all incensed
anniversary
people.
tablecloth.
Yeah,
Lovely
fun
tablecloth.
fact about this tablecloth, it was for an anniversary, so you know yourself, it's
Dead now.
Yeah.
Let's go back to what from whence it came. So, will we crack on number 12? No, number...
Crack on, I think.
Quatre?
If
This
we're
was
going
number
to
12.
do yet another game, I think we need a fresh.
We need a fresh drink.
Yeah.
Fresh drink.
Okay.
All right, not a problem
you.
at all.
Right.
We'll
We're,
save
we're
that for
doing
later.
we're doing
Next
ingredients.
one.
We're on ingredients.
Is the man? All right, so the next one up is a Manhattan. So for this one, you're going to need 75 ml of bourbon, then 50 ml of vermouth, and 50 ml of extra dry vermouth, which are different things
More
apparently.
vermouth. Lots of vermouth, people. That's all we need.
Lots and lots of vermouth. So
I thought that was going to be me to do that, but it wasn't.
at least we didn't knock anything over
At
this
least you
time.
know it's live.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
This is not pre-recorded, so we'll make all the mistakes here. So, for this, it's fairly simple. It's just stirring inside a big cocktail glass.
Wow.
Even I could do that, Robin. Probably.
He
Yeah,
said
you should.
as if he can.
Can we go
We're
back to the
about to
questions? Can we go back to the questions?
Stop.
She's never going to forgive herself.
I can't. I'm meant to be studying politics part time.
So first up, we're going to put our bourbon in. Bourbon, who knows?
Bourbon.
There we go.
Tomato,
They know.
tomato, book, don't know.
So bourbon is still whiskey,
Yes, it's a type of whiskey.
but so it's
Going
different.
to-
Jack Daniel is not bourbon, or is it?
No, Jack Daniels is whiskey.
Just whiskey.
Yeah.
Go for me. Thank
Sorry,
you.
I just, me being the magical assistant and all that, I was kind of sticking across.
Then 15 ml of this is the extra dry vermouth.
What is
Love it.
vermouth when it's at home?
It's a fortified wine.
Oh, very good.
It's something I found in my parents' cupboard. And
you like nicked it down an alley somewhere.
week 2 of lockdown. And I was like, I like martinis now, not because they're nice, but because it's available.
Fair enough.
Well,
All about adaptation, you know.
Okay, James Bond. Like, calm down.
Yeah. Oh, and it is shaken, isn't it?
That is
Stirred.
a fun
This is
fact.
stirred.
Oh, this is
yeah,
stirred, not
that is a
shaken.
fun fact though about martinis, isn't it?
So, a stirred martini is what
James Bond.
I prefer. A stirred martini,
Yeah,
because a stirred martini, if you shake it with ice, a lot of the tiny little bits of ice, and then it becomes a cloudy drink. And you don't want a cloudy drink. A martini, if you stir a martini with cracked ice, because the coldest part of the ice is the center, so you crack your ice first, stir it like 50 times, and there's less dilution and less and a colder temperature than there would be if you shook it. So stirring is, in my opinion, the best way
So,
forward.
like,
So stirring is
James
more
Bond.
civilized.
No. James Bond was just being like problematic. He was like, when you go and you order like your oat milk matcha latte, like that.
I always said that I was going to never be a problematic person because I dislike problematic people when I worked making sandwiches.
Yes.
Yet I'm definitely, I'm pretty sure people hate me if I was to ever come into a restaurant, so I'm just not eating out.
So we're saying James Bond coffee drink is what was the latte?
Oat milk matcha latte.
I'm
Not that
okay.
that's my order.
Yeah. So they're very simple. And this is stirred, as we can see. Not
This is
shaken.
stirred, yes.
Okay. So no copyright infringement. Happy days. Brilliant.
I can't wait to be sued. As long as they wait a few years so Ruth and I can actually defend
I
ourselves.
was
in
gonna
the court.
say, I was like, well, we are lawyers. If you want to give us the business, I'm.
My goal now actually is by the end of my degree I'll have earned the 3 Bs, which is barista, bartender, and barrister. So that's what I'm aiming for out of college here.
Famously, the 3 Bs.
Yeah,
You know,
famously,
we all
as,
aim for.
as everybody knows, the 3 Bs.
I was just aiming for the LLB, but like, I'll give you whatever you're after.
I'm happy with this martini. That's what I'm aiming for at the moment. You know, that's right.
Right, we're
Oh,
just
yeah,
not going to
and-
pay attention. Yeah.
Very
that
technical.
happened.
I've judged it terribly.
How did you do that now? How was that so technical? Can you explain that to us?
That really makes a difference to the drink, so
Yeah.
make sure you do that.
A lovely little twist of orange. It's easier to twist. It's easier to twist lemon and lime, but if you twist it over, you get the zest. And then because we don't have bitters, little drop and little drop.
That is
There
very
you go.
good. That looks.
Very nice.
Phenomenal. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Because I do want to try one, I'm also going to make us another
Yeah,
one.
keep going.
Yeah, we're taking
One
that
second.
down the line.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah, take some of
Yeah,
that.
just take, yeah.
I'm gonna steal
This
a
very
small bit
technical
from.
process.
Yes, this
Yeah.
really. This is how the professionals do it.
Yeah.
Take notes,
Um,
folks.
You
Okay.
know yourself.
That it is what it
Well,
is.
cheers, everybody.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah,
wait for
I
Alex
have
to
to-
get his- Yeah. Jump
Have
on
to
the
get
gun.
my
Someone
twist.
starts the hour.
Right.
You've
Yeah.
got to do the peel.
You need to do the peel.
Yeah,
And-
is this like actually getting you with your phobia of oranges? I don't have any.
I don't
strange
have a
phobias.
phobia of orange. I'd eat that orange. I just didn't like as a kid slices of oranges.
You
It
were
was just a
being
really
rebellious.
weird thing.
As a child,
that
I
was my-
literally didn't like anything that I eat now. Like, I think I
Sláinte.
just.
Chin
Sláinte.
chin.
That's quite nice, actually.
It
We
just
did
becomes
say-
just
Me and Clark did say that we felt like we needed to like get into the martini buzz, and like I actually.
I did not
I
know a
stand
Manhattan
that.
looked like that. I thought
Yeah.
Manhattan was like luminous green. I don't know why. I don't know what I was drinking.
maybe I've done it terribly.
Well, not to us. That is
It's not
divine.
Patrick's Day yet, like.
Yeah,
let's
yeah. Where's the green dye quick? But we're going to run, or not we're going to run, we're going to continue on our wonderful run of more questions for them to get wrong and drink.
Oh,
Right,
no.
I've got 2 quick fire ones that are going to be really quick.
Right, okay.
And then, right, first one.
Hands
to
on the buzzers ready?
Ruth. Have buzzers ready, please. Right, okay.
Ready.
Question is, how many in total electors, how many electoral college votes are there up for grabs?
It's like. I have this number in my head and it could be like
I'm not looking
entirely
for my
wrong,
phone
and
to
then I
Google
sound
it.
really stupid. Like 366?
No, it was entirely wrong. What, Alex, would you care to take a guess? It's roughly 200 more than that.
It's roughly 200 more than that. Oh no!
Not
What
exactly.
what will I guess?
Rude.
Is it 575?
It is not. It is 538, which means the magic number that they need to get is, of course, 270.
Okay.
So, because you can't get 269, because then it's a tie. Boom! Our fact checker, he dabbed, so I presume that's a good thing.
Absolutely no justification for my answer, therefore. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to
apologise. I kind of
say
cut you
that.
down there. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, close. Every answer is an answer.
Thank God I'm in law sock and not like ball sock. I could be extradited, but here we are.
Another question, we're going to go for another quick fire round, so please do buzz in. I'm going to make it a little bit more interesting, a bit more American popular culture. Okay, here we go. What film was the current president famously in?
Alone.
No, 2 weeks notice.
Home Alone.
He was in both.
He was in Home
He
Alone.
was in 2
because
weeks
Home Alone,
notice with
because,
Hugh Grant and Sandra Bullock.
because Home Alone wanted to film in his hotel, but he said they couldn't film in his hotel unless they let him do a cameo.
He was
in
also
the show.
in 2 weeks notice, so I want points as well.
Before I ring the Gardaí, I thought I was in danger there. Ruth took up the straight. But I was thinking of Home Alone.
I'm moving the knife.
Yes, please. I was.
murderous.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared. How many have you had? Cut me off. But yeah, it was Home Alone 2, I believe. Yes, Home
And
Alone
it
2.
was also 2
Whoa!
So I didn't have to drink. Yeah, I'm getting it.
No,
I'm getting
okay,
a thumbs
point
up
each.
from our fact
No,
checker.
that's fine. A point each. That is
Don't
fine.
at me
Both
on
get a
Hugh Grant
point.
films. I will defeat you.
Well, the next topic is no, it's not. But right, I'll take it.
Hugh Grant
But Hugh Grant films, well guys.
If you both get it right, I have to drink. How about that?
Okay.
If you both get it right, I have to drink.
Right,
So
Clark.
Okay.
Okay, go.
What is the name of the current who is the current first lady?
Oh, Melania Trump.
Yes.
Okay, well, okay, you never know with these people, right?
You could have put something up to us there. I was like,
Okay.
I was ready.
What was the name of Donald Trump's first wife? A Czech model / businesswoman / all around very accomplished woman. I didn't know they were allowed to confer.
Well, yeah, we are.
Well, given that we're a team.
I didn't even know this, but okay.
Okay.
Right, they're a team. Grand. It better be a great.
Okay.
answer, by the way.
Okay. You. If
Okay.
it's wrong, you accept the fall.
Right, come on, folks.
Famous words.
All right.
Okay. I actually, unlike you, Hugh, don't go around trying to learn facts about Donald Trump. But I'm thinking by logical reasons that maybe it's Ivanka because his daughter's called Ivanka, so maybe it was like some link. This is wrong. I'm getting so many head
close.
shakes.
Now, unlike Ruth, I actually like a bit of general knowledge, not just on my chosen field. So yeah, we clap back here. But it is so close. Ivanka is the actual nickname. Both of the mother and daughter, I believe, are both Ivana Trump. Ivanka is the daughter's nickname. You were very close.
I actually said Ivana, and you just heard Ivanka.
Yeah. Right, let's roll back the street, folks. Let's get that. We're getting that on telly.
I
We're rolling back.
thought we said this wasn't live.
But no, yeah,
We've let
okay.
it
So,
slip.
cool. I'll take a half sip because that was very close.
Yeah.
We're going to do one more question that they're going to ask me.
I have
and then we're
nothing
gonna
to
move on.
sip left, so good
Oh
thing
my
to
God.
answer
That's
questions. Yes, please. I'm not.
If we have a house by the end of this, I'll be pleasantly
It's
surprised.
a lot of like.
My mother always said my spatial awareness was absolutely terrible.
And 4 cocktails don't have.
I've got such a weird fact. Well,
Okay.
like, just to prove that I do know, like, I do listen to things about American politics. This is so, like, weird. But, I mean, if you're
Phrase it as a
educated...
question. Phrase it as a question.
Well, I was going to phrase it as something else. Okay, so... Mike Pence, he went to, like, a school, like, it's a very
school?
Christian...
You
Yeah,
lost
I
me
know.
up there. Let's run that back. Let's work it.
Sorry.
Well, it's good. No. So he's like very Christian. He went to a school for like boarding out Christians. What famous Hollywood actor was in his class?
Oh, that's a great question. That is a great question. And one. So, was this secondary school?
No, this was like kind of like a. No, this was post. This was like
Okay.
more when he was in college. Like he was Catholic. He grew up Catholic. Like
Yeah.
his heroes were MLK and JFK. I think growing up. Like this is a fun fact about Pence. Pence was like totally Irish family,
Yeah.
Catholic. JFK, MLK really looked up to them, and then became a born again Christian and went to this college, born again Christian college or school, I want to say, with a very, very famous Hollywood
Very
actor.
famous. Proves presumably very Catholic or Christian.
Christian, quite Christian.
Is it Christian Blake?
Yes. Let's name all the Christians we know. Oh, that's all the Christians.
Sorry, that was a very short game.
Right, I'm gonna go. You guess first. You know, no?
No, we're a team.
Oh, you're
I'm
a
not
team.
guessing.
Right. Okay. Very. What? A man or woman or what?
Man,
Man. Okay. Christian man.
who is also a vegan.
Can you name a movie of this?
Yes.
I
give me
can, but I think it'll give it away. I'm trying to think of one that
Just
he's
give
like
us one.
subtly
Your
in.
movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming to, like
So many questions. You're so many quiz questions. You were
so
never off the
many.
clock.
There really
Yeah.
are so many.
Sorry, we're putting you on the spot
I
there.
mean,
You're asking the question.
I feel like you are gonna get it from this, but the Hunger Games. He's in the Hunger Games.
And it's not Jennifer Lawrence. Is he dead?
Given that it's a man, I don't think it's Jennifer Lawrence. No, there's an answer being shown
Oh
behind the
no!
camera.
In
I'm like,
fairness,
Magic,
no,
the
in
magic, the magic voice in the room is it's giving out answers
conspiring
here.
against us.
I have a confession. I did not know the answer is Woody Harrelson. That was given to me by our
Sip,
wonderful
sip.
research team. That is a
Sip,
sip. No,
sip.
very good question. I did not know that. I didn't know Woody
Yeah.
Harrelson's quite Christian. I actually did not know that.
It's very
Yeah.
bad. I thought he meant the voice actor who played Woody in Toy Story.
Tom Hanks!
I was like, why not just write Tom Hanks?
I think in fact that Harrelson's kind of moved away from it. Like,
Yeah.
but I was listening to an interview just about Pence and stuff, and they played a clip of Woody Harrelson. So yeah, Woody Harrelson was in the class of Mike Pence in this kind of born again Christian college.
There's
So
your and continuing on the Woody Harrelson fun facts. If anyone has seen No Country for Old Men, the real case where a hitman assassinated a judge that was portrayed was Woody Harrelson's dad. So kind of shocking then that this
Oh.
man would turn in his dad was a hitman, but then he became a Christian and
all
yeah,
this
yeah.
interlinking.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're
Okay.
just so knowledgeous.
Yeah,
It's
we're
not
really just
knowledgeable.
filling your brains tonight with a lot of content.
With nonsense.
Who's your school's most famous alumni?
Wexford
Me.
hurlers, pretty much.
Me, I went to Loretto in Navan. And fun fact though, not in schools, Pierce Brosnan, though you all think he's from London, he is from Navan. He was born in Navan, unlike anyone else, because there's no hospital in Navan, so it's a mystery. It's a mystery to everyone how he was born there. But there you go. He's
That's
from Navan.
brilliant,
He
yeah.
visits Navan, and I think that everyone should know because it's a great spot. So hit it up
It is.
sometime.
He's the best James Bond.
And I know
Mine is-
exactly what Clark is going to say.
So I have
So
more famous alumni. Both Liam Neeson and Jamie Dornan went to my school.
Okay, just rub it in. Rub
Yeah,
it in.
yeah.
Oh, actually, I remember
not
one.
a James Bond.
Saoirse Ronan went to FCJ Bunclody, wonderful school, FCJ Bunclody, for 1 day. So, ha. And then she didn't. I don't know why she didn't come back, but like, yeah. So, for a very short period of time. So, yeah. Eat that, Jamie Dornan.
Yeah, well, I'm from Navan, so I win.
Fair enough.
And-
But there's no reply to
There,
that.
there wasn't really a competition.
Yeah. Will we
Right.
continue with our
Okay.
cocktails?
I
Oh,
think
yes.
maybe it's time to. Okay.
So coming up on the screen now are the ingredients for a Long Island iced tea. We put this last, penultimate, because it's fairly strong, and it'd be terrible if we were all off our face by literally
What time is it?
second cocktail.
I'm
It's
going
8 o'clock.
to. Not
Alright, so the next one up is a Long Island iced tea. Famously the one you order at a bar if you want to get absolutely pissed.
Can I just
we
say,
do.
this is going to be Alex's very first time trying
I'm not joking.
Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no way. Oh, this is momentous, people. This is great. First time in 20 years.
19.
19.
19 years I've never drank Coke.
Oh, we
in my
don't
life.
want to take your Coke for just on air. My God. I had to go.
I wouldn't even eat
Touching.
Coke,
Okay.
Coke gummies in a Tang Fastix or in a Haribo's.
Can you do yourself one without Coke?
I was
'Cause
going
we
to say,
don't
can I
want-
have the one without Coke as well? Because I actually just can't.
I actually do want Coke though.
Okay,
So just to,
we'll-
we're
we'll-
forward
We're going to
back
shake
there
it
for-
without the Coke, and we're going to add some for Hugh, who
Excellent.
needs that mixer.
Hugh will have that one there. Hugh,
I'm just
you
We
make
can
it.
do soda
You make
water.
it along with us.
okay. Do I? What?
I'll tell you. Don't worry.
Right. Give here.
So 50 ml of this, which is gin. So it's 2 of your little measures here, Ruth.
Thank you.
And Hugh, there you go.
Thank you, sir. 50.
Yes, 50. So that's a full one of those.
What am I shaking in?
Just
into
put it
that
into
there.
that.
Oh,
We
this
don't
doesn't
have-
need to be shaken, no.
Stirred.
Not for you, stirred.
Stirred. So this is the full one because it's 50.
Yeah.
50
Give us
ml.
the gin.
Down the hatch.
Hatch.
An Irish, close enough. An Irish shot is 35 ml, am I right? Or is it 40?
I have no idea.
Because I know a British one, it is 40, and Irish is 40. Because I know a British one, then it's 35.
Did you drop the lid in there?
5 ml.
No, I actually didn't. I actually intended to do that
That's
because...
just for effect, is it, Ruth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt that it was getting a bit
For
quiet.
dramatic effect.
And I thought
Disinfecting.
that some percussion may have been needed. So I just thought...
50 ml of vodka.
Thanks, babe.
I'll give you that there.
Oh, thanks.
You're
We're
welcome.
just going to be. So wait, there's 3 different alcohol and a bit of Coke.
There's
Yeah.
4 different alcohols.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact
Oh, but-
about what me and Alex discovered when we went shopping was that the Pride bottle is a lot cheaper than the other Absolute.
Yes, yeah, it was the cheapest vodka we had there.
Great.
So we love to see that.
Yeah, great to see it.
Yes, that's kind of a student fact.
Don't like to see whatever we're making, but you know.
And we're
That's
adding
for one of you.
50 ml of tequila in.
Ah, jazz. Does this taste nice?
Well, you're
I've
about
never
to
had,
find
I've never had
out.
it. Listen, Ruth and I are having it without any Coke, so you're having it down here. The 2 of us are having this.
Sure, have
as
something.
So
What do
is
we
it 50
have?
mils of tequila?
Soda water.
Mix it with Guinness if you need to. I mean,
We have
anything
soda
would be.
water.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Grand.
Just say.
As I assume that everyone in Lostock has now finished commercial negotiations and we have a winner, congrats to them. I hope you're enjoying a drink. And Christopher McKay, if you are on line, this is the first time.
If you're on.
Supposed to whatever else you might be on. We'll move on past that.
This is the first time in a long time that I have actually had tequila since you completely destroyed the concept of it for me.
50 ml of rum.
So,
There we go.
There.
Oh yes.
good luck to everyone.
Speaking of, as we're getting near, I do have a few shout outs to make. We got some messages. So this one is from an Navan man, a man named Owen O'Donnell. He just wanted to put in that he you don't know him? He's
I
from
actually
Wild
don't
Johnston.
know him.
He went to school
Ah.
in
That beside you.
Oh, and I apologise, I went to Loretta.
yeah, he went to
But
school in Dutch Auckland. So he's a
Navan
Dutch boy,
versus
really.
Johnston,
Is it 50 ml of this?
is different.
50 ml of that, yeah.
But anyway, Owen is a huge Joe Biden fan. He's loved Biden from
Ah.
the very start. He's a massive liberal. He just loves Biden.
He loves it more than you.
He was kind of sad when Beto, is it Beto? What's his name? Beto O'Rourke? Not
Beto
Beto,
O'Rourke,
no,
Beto O'Rourke,
no.
Beto O'Rourke.
Mayor Pete.
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg?
Oh, Buttigieg.
He
He
loves
was actually
Pete
who I
Buttigieg.
was standing from
Yeah.
the start, but here we are.
Owen loves Pete Buttigieg, and he's very
Sweet.
sad that Pete didn't make it, but he's a big Biden fan other than that. So big shout out to Owen. We hope you have a wonderful evening.
I kind of have a fun fact then. My
Oh, dear.
parents, out here,
Can we?
my parents actually, no, Alex, you can join in.
No,
He
yeah,
wants-
yeah. Right, you
he
can
wants-
leave. We're just talking about our shout outs and our family.
He wants to make a cocktail, but I'm trying to delay as much time as possible between
Before
meetings.
a glass that is just about 40%.
Yeah. So my parents actually own and make an alcohol. Like
Flex.
they have
Flex.
they have a company. They produce an alcohol that Alex is currently promoting. And Joe Biden's wife is a fan.
Really? There we go, Jill. Dr. Jill.
I thought you were just name dropping there and being
Yeah.
like, my parents own an alcohol company.
I'm not related. I think they do. Okay, so.
No, but Alex has given us his middle name, so I figured that it was time for me to contribute something personal.
Fair enough, that's understandable. And what do we do with the Coke now?
First of all, because we didn't have any triple sec, we're going to
Yeah.
use orange.
Oh,
So if
good.
you just squeeze
Am I grabbing around?
I have no idea how much orange equates to 50 ml of orange liqueur.
Probably an orange.
Probably, yeah. So
Half
I've
an orange.
I don't know
This
about
is
you,
really.
but I'm-
Oh, shoulder. That was always going to happen.
Guys, if you are also having the same struggles as we are with these like makeshift versions of all the bitters and
Of-
more expensive items.
Of we couldn't find this in the supermarket, so
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is
Here
the
we
best
are.
you're gonna get.
Oh, it's in my eye! And it's covered in alcohol! Oh! This is
You're
awful.
really getting more than you
Oh,
bargained for
just
tonight.
want
but
to
I'm
drink.
glad for you.
Just want the truth.
Christ, I can't wait till
That's
YouTube
moldy.
asks us to do a show.
Feeling the drink, what does that mean?
Is
What
that a
language
question
is
that was asked on YouTube? I think that that's a question that was submitted.
And then how much,
Alright,
how much Coca-Cola?
Sorry.
In fact, I don't think I got enough questions.
500
on
mil.
YouTube.
Oh, so like a full glass worth.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it was,
It's just not going to fit. This full glass is 300 ml.
I'm going to help you.
I have no
I'm
idea.
confused now. Do I just give you the glass of Coca-Cola and I neck that? Is that the plan?
I was thinking more that you could do what we did earlier and pour,
Okay,
you know,
this is your glass. Yes. But then,
Because
yeah,
obviously we
we just have to.
you
have
can stage it over the night. It's going to be a long night.
Yeah.
As Professor Ralph said, this might take 2 weeks. You might need
2-week bender.
Yeah.
We haven't told you this. Hugh, Ruth, and I are just staying here to the elections.
Until the results come out, we have
Live.
vowed to be here.
Yeah, we're
Bad.
going live into
Yeah.
your homes. Okay, you can't
Yeah.
turn this off. Your telly's no longer works. So.
BBC News, you don't need it. Chemtrails, she's where it's at.
Oh, I have to think of another question. And you guys think of some questions there that aren't mad. Who went to my school?
I think the Woody
Yes,
Harrelson
me and everyone that
fact,
went to my school.
I think people appreciate it.
No, that was a good one. Are we icing this? Are we?
Yes, with 6 of mice, and you haven't had much space for ice, have you?
I haven't.
No. Okay, that's fine.
I'm sorry. Well, we can just add it to the tablecloth. I mean, the tapestry.
I do have a fun fact. Do you want me to go with it now?
Go for it.
Please, fun
Okay.
fact us.
Okay, well, it's actually a question.
Close enough.
Okay.
Almost a fun fact, not quite.
Abusing me. Designated survivor, right? This is like a
Oh,
show.
yeah.
People know about it. Blah blah blah. What is where does that concept come from? What is who is the designated survivor? What is the designated
So the
survivor?
designated survivor
I
is.
know this.
Oh, you do know this? You go for it.
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
It's basically the one person, so when they have a meeting,
Yeah.
there's one person not allowed to come.
Exactly.
In the event that everybody
Yeah.
dies.
Yeah, there is a huge hierarchy. So I believe it's president, vice president, speaker of the house, secretary of state. I
Yeah,
could be wrong.
Secretary of
There
State
a
is one of
Secretary of State.
America's most
Yeah,
powerful.
and then possibly I don't know beyond Secretary of State. But I think in Ireland, what would be great if we did that for the Dáil, because obviously the Dáil is under threat a lot. If we just stick everyone, we just pick a minister for agriculture, whoever it is this week, and stick him in a field somewhere, and then they'll be safe. And then we get a Taoiseach, and then he is the Taoiseach.
Well,
I mean, the 15 Minister of Agriculture so far would love that idea.
it wouldn't not work.
It wouldn't not work, exactly.
Wouldn't not
But
work,
isn't-
which is
wasn't the
exactly
whole
the
thing
point.
in that film or in that show with great voice Kiefer Sutherland?
Yeah.
Wasn't he like the housing minister
Oh,
or
he
something?
has a class
Yeah, he was
voice.
literally the minister. Imagine Darragh O'Brien or God help us Owen Murphy from the last administration. Just well, lads, what's the crack? After the Dáil is wiped out,
Guys, comment below who you think the designated survivor in Irish politics would
Should
be.
can we have the Healy Rays? I know they're not in government, but can they, no matter what, be the Healy Rays? Yeah, Alex is just the designated survivor.
For the very little I do.
There
so,
you go now, Ruth. Oh no, you're not taking
No,
Coca-Cola.
she's not.
Shit.
So,
these are just both for me.
yeah,
Not a Coke
Ruth and I
person.
are going to attempt this. Well,
With
we'll
soda
try
water.
it. We'll
I
try
haven't
it.
got soda water
Okay, I was
yet.
going to try
Yeah.
it without and see if it's
Ah.
drinkable.
Oh, okay, right.
That's very
Well,
strong,
listen,
isn't it?
I'll.
Do we
No,
stir it?
There was ice in it. I'm willing to give it a
What's it
go.
like? That doesn't look like a good
It's
place.
just strong.
Yeah.
There's no.
It's just strong alcohol.
Yeah.
There's quite literally no like there's not really a taste off that. It's
There's
literally
not
just
really a
strong.
taste. It's just strong. The taste is strong.
Strong.
Do you want some soda water first?
Please, Darren.
That's pretty nice. Kind of get hints of
Says he
tequila.
with his coke.
Well, that's because there's tequila in it.
It's fizzing off.
We're I'm just learning so much.
That has
Mm.
improved it somewhat.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is
Well,
quite nice.
Okay, what would be your drink of choice? Like on a night out, we're very much the same on this. Hugh, however, is going to shock us all with some different submissions.
I am. But you.
Okay. So on a night out, Ruth.
Yeah.
As in, are we talking bar or out for dinner?
Good question. Okay, first of all, if we were...
So what are we wearing first of all? Just get really down to it now. What's the temperature?
Well, last time me and Alex
I
went
always
for
have to
dinner.
wear my JCR jacket. That's just like that's just,
I'm contractually obliged
yeah.
to always
It's
wear
actually
it.
stitched to me here at the back.
I didn't bring mine all September, but
Yeah.
say nothing.
So okay, so say
Right.
we're at a bar,
Right.
like not nightclub bar.
Yeah.
Gotta be a long time before we're there. But say we're just at a bar. What's your drink of choice?
Okay, if I was ordering one, because I think my drink choices are quite strange, like at home for a pre or anything. So if I was ordering one, it would probably be a G&T or an espresso martini. Although Alex Clark actually makes the best espresso martini I have ever in my whole existence had. So it's very hard for anybody to live up to yours. So probably just
No,
a G&T.
That's nice.
I'm regularly disappointed in restaurants when it's not my.
Yeah.
What I
He's like, can I actually just have your ingredients and just
Yeah,
I'd like an espresso
Listen,
martini. They
listen,
bring you around the bar. and just
but
say
I'll
thank you.
make it like.
What was that?
okay.
What again? What are those?
Glass
There's
autograph.
scribbles are being shown.
We have a very professional camera team.
Yeah,
who like to just give us clues.
They're
They do.
hating on it.
They
Yeah.
are hating on us, but we'll ignore the haters.
Yeah.
Mine would be shockingly, and as would shock everyone, it'd be beer. If it's winter, it would probably be a black stout because I do love it good, but I can't. We can mention brands, can't we? We're not gonna get sued, are we? As we have all
I
of
mean,
these
I
brands.
Yeah,
have-
I literally
I'm using
advocate
a
it for Glare.
branded cocktail.
True.
so-
Yeah, I'd love a Guinness in the winter, or I love a craft beer any time of the year. Just give me anything hoppy, an IPA, but give me a normal
Very
beer
nice.
as well. I
See,
drink everything.
I didn't like. I had to convince myself to like beer this year. Because,
We all have to go through
Yeah.
it, rite of passage.
because it's very hard to casual drink vodka.
Really? Just
That
come along with
is
your
my
7CL. Just
Yeah, you can't really go to a bar and order a glass of vodka unless you have a very healthy bank account.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, Mother Riley's, the pub beside Halls, last year they did a deal every Sunday, which was like a tenner for a meal and a pint.
Great deal.
And it was glass, it was
Yeah.
great food, and then you get a pint with it. And so as the weeks progressed, I get further through my pint before I pass it off to my mate Pork, and I was like, "You finish the rest of it, I can't drink anymore." And now I'm a big fan of Guinness, so now I can casual drink, which is a huge improvement from the start of the year.
We
I
might, you know.
can't.
It's just-
I can't do Guinness, and I think it's because of since I was a child, I've been attending rugby matches with my dad, and I've just had it spilled on me way too many times. It honestly give me PTSD. Like.
Just smell a Guinness, that's fair enough. You just see the blue as soon as you smell
Yeah.
it. It's just
Every single time there's a ball in Trinity, someone hugs me with the drink in their hand and just pours it down the
Pours
back
it
of my
all
top.
over
Like
you.
actually just
Oh.
rinsed down with whatever drink they're holding in my
So-
top.
a Trinity hug.
We'll be back in a minute with tips on how to not get drinks spilled on you.
Good evening, and good evening, folks. Thank you very much. You're welcome. No freaking laughing. Yeah, you're very welcome back to Countdales with Trinity Ents, Longstock, and the JCR. So thanks for bearing with us, folks. Don't worry, that was our penultimate, which means we're now on the very ultimate, the last cocktail of the night, the impeachment. Our own concoction, which is just a Sex on the Beach, wonderfully named by Ruth.
Thank
Ruth,
you.
sorry.
There was a bit of controversy here last week when Hugh actually tried to take the name from me. He tried to claim that he had come up with impeachment, but I had two lawyers, fellow law students, who actually defend me on this point. So yeah, impeachment.
I still think
my
I
guy.
came up with it, but anyway. Back to shout-outs. We have a few more shout-outs to shout out. Can we just say shout-out to Harry Farmlow. He's a huge fan of everything we do, and he loves, he's just big election nut, loves democracy, all that stuff. And our second one is to Donald McLarnon. He was actually a big Hillary fan. He really liked the trailblazer, loved her, and was very sad, of course, when she lost. But he's hoping she might get a nod for a cabinet position. So Donald, don't worry, we're all still cheering for Hillary. And yeah, I think that's all my shout-outs. Do you guys, your mom, your dad?
Yeah, so my dog actually was really I actually might give a shout out to anyone, Izzy Tierney, who just won commercial negotiations this year in Longstock's commercial negotiation competition. So big shout out to Annie. Doll, I hope that you are celebrating with whatever we're about to make. The impeachment.
Sound like it's on the screen.
Well, actually, on that note, cue to ingredients.
Perfect. So for this cocktail here, what we're going to have is we're going to use 50 ml of vodka, 25 ml of peach schnapps, 50 ml of cranberry, and 2 juiced oranges with a little splash of lime juice. So Ruth and I, we're going to make one together, and Hugh, we're going to put him to the test, and he's going to make one for himself. So if he has a crap cocktail, that's all on him. So
I'm still working my way through this.
You hurting her face.
for this one here,
I'll do that to you.
50 ml of vodka.
Gorge.
There
This
we
is not
go.
50. Oh no, am I going to use this one? So what's that?
You're gonna use-
Thanks,
yeah.
thanks.
There
Oh,
we
can
go.
I also just interject? I did sober October, so I didn't drink for a month. So that's why my 3 sips of each cocktail is hitting me a little harder than normal. Letting the good Ents name down, I apologise.
And once you put your 50 ml of vodka, that is 25 ml of peach schnapps to go in. Perfect. Thank you very much. So that's half of that to go in there.
Gorgeous.
When Alex says he and I are making it, Alex is making it, and I get to enjoy it.
But it's
That's
for-
how we mostly
Oh crap,
intend
yeah,
to.
because the two of us are making it, I have to do double measures.
Bring it back, bring it back.
Yeah, and bring it back.
Excuse me.
So that's 100 ml of vodka for 2,
Schnapps.
and 25 of that for the second.
I have an interesting schnapps fact that just popped into my head, which I'm fairly sure is correct if you want me to hit you with it.
Well,
Okay,
I
for
didn't
first-
ask, but here we
I
go.
believe the drink Jägermeister, it was a position in the Third Reich, and Hermann Göring was the Jägermeister because it means
Göring.
Huntmaster. Göring, yeah, I think so. And I believe he was such a fan, I think it was called something like Göring's Schnapps, the drink Jägermeister. Now, I'm fairly sure 60% of that is correct, so you guys have to fill in the blanks. Fun little activity for you at home. But yeah, there's my little schnapps fact.
Oh my god, love it. Any
Perfect.
other drinks facts, anyone?
So if you, sorry.
I was like, yeah,
for
this is how you make the
for this-
cocktail.
For this, if you juice. if
Here's
you
a fact how to make it.
Yeah. If you juice 2 oranges into your cup, shortly. So that's squeezing it.
As opposed to-
Or just not just looking at it and just dropping it in. So I did last time,
The
sorry.
power of my mind.
We really should have got a juicer. We didn't listen to our own
Yeah.
advice. Oh
To
no,
our own advice.
we put up our accoutrements post.
Yeah, we did.
Although the
Yeah,
juicer
we
Dara
was.
put in was like a high powered,
Blender.
fancy 400 quid blender, and we're just using our fingers. So yeah. Every little
These
helps.
are the only juicers you need.
Yeah, yeah. Keeping it out. Student budget. Is it 2, is it?
Yeah, 2 oranges.
So you have to put in 4.
4 for Ruth and I, yeah.
So the mocktail version of this, guys, is just the oranges.
Just get a glass of orange juice. I really.
Just get oranges from you.
I know that I.
Oh fuck! I did it again. Excuse my language. I did it again. We're after the watershed in France, so it's fine. It's where all our viewers are based, so it's fine. Come on, you don't listen to Trinity Ents for family-friendly wholesomeness, do you? And if you do, I'm
It's
sorry.
not wrong.
Turn off now.
It's
We're
not.
drinking, for God's sake. Do you know in America, another drinking fact? I'm fairly sure this could not be correct. I'm sorry, we're on autopilot here. Some state you can't buy alcohol in certain counties because of prohibition. Yeah.
So this is actually very true, and this is something that I've gotten. So I work in my parents' business.
Did you know her parents own a drinks company? I'm sorry, I don't think we mentioned that.
I don't think I've said it. And that Joe Biden's factory. No, I don't think we said that. Anyway. Yeah, no, that's
what he's doing on like today. He's watching Ents, JCR, and Lostock doing a cocktail. Like, yeah. What else?
Oh, what else would he be doing? Like,
Nothing else on.
Nothing else on, literally. Yeah, what else is there?
What are we doing this for?
Height of your entertainment tonight. Yeah, no, but that is very true. Like, the sale of alcohol is quite restricted in a number of states in America. Like, they can't sell on Sundays and things like that. And also in Canada, this is entirely unrelated to the election, but it actually all has to go through a liquor board.
Yes.
So yeah, in the LCBO.
LCBO, because we were in the that's where
Interesting.
you can't buy beer in supermarkets or any drink in supermarkets.
I didn't know
it's just through off license.
I didn't know licensing laws were different between the north and south, because in the north it's 11 is the last time you can buy drinks, but it's 10 in the south. So
that's such.
we were all heading out, and I was like, oh, we'll something the off license on the way, and then they were like, you will fucking not, because it's
you're down south now, so
yeah.
It is interesting though, seeing like the different approaches that states have to drinking, and obviously because of COVID-19, South Africa actually at one stage like entirely shut down their off licenses and kind of
I
tried
saw
to
that.
stage a prohibition. So,
but apparently then weed became very, very prevalent and was like easier and the best to get. So open and close the door, open the window. But back to drinking. I'm got a quick question for you guys now. So I also will need our fact checkers to buzz in on this. Prohibition. First of all, what year did it come in?
all like Gatsby is always coming to mind. So what year was that in?
I've completely forgotten. I did know when I asked the question. So we're going to move on from that one. And this is one I think I remember. What amendment was it to the Constitution? What number? Like the 8th, but it wasn't the 8th.
Seeing as I'm making this, I'm going to pass this over to Ruth.
It was amendment 69.
Oh my god. For all our 12-year-old viewers, they've just, distanced
I actually don't know.
So
I believe it was the 13th Amendment.
If you put 50 ml of that into your cocktail shaker.
Into the cocktail shaker.
You just give me the finger. Like what? Was it the 13th Amendment? 3rd Amendment. 21st Amendment. There we go.
Nobody was right.
Sorry.
How can we actually just not give me the views?
Sorry. It was the 21st Amendment. What year did it come in?
Well, here's
was it 19? What year was it? I did remember this. It was 19. Did it end 1920 to 1933? 1920 to 19. There we go. See.
Nice.
That was 21st Amendment.
I don't know how educational this has been, but I think everyone's probably enjoyed it.
We gave out the disclaimer. 70% of this stuff is maybe correct. That's it. Like,
it could be fake news.
I hope it was maybe correct though, which is the only thing.
Okay, Clark, what are you on? What are you doing?
So
get back to the educational part.
So, the last ingredient there was 50 ml of cranberry juice.
Did I put that in, or did you put that in?
I put that in.
Put that in for you. So, now all we have to do is stick your lid on. That's you.
So that would be putting your
sorry,
lid on
I am
as well.
just
We'll swap those.
there.
Do you want, that's your,
sorry, I
that's
put the wrong one on there.
Cocktail shaker things.
Right, ready?
Okay, stick your lid on and shake. Freezing in your hands.
So cool.
We didn't get that on camera there, but Hugh was actually kind of doing a bit of like side to side. It's just a technique that you could use if you wanted.
Yeah, what can I say? But it's really cool though. Oh, that looks great. And that's kind of the colour that we use. Orange.
Straight
this is the one that I invented, so.
It is. Yeah.
Ruth invented this, yes.
Copyright.
And
sorry, the tablecloth is it's gonna have to. It's taking another casualty.
Oh my god.
It won't. How do I?
right, all of our damage was accidental. At least you've just.
It won't come off. We'll just look at it. We'll just keep it there as kind of like an ornament.
I was actually gonna put you to shame.
Oh
dear.
Wow.
No.
Aha!
No, taking it
Too
off.
slippy.
I can't even do it.
This I'm not in STEM, but this is something to do with like the cold contracting something, is it? Or anybody? No,
Nothing else is right tonight, so let's lash into it. Let's say yeah.
There we go. Excuse me.
Thank you. What can I say? It's all for show. Thank you, sir. That looks divine. Not as nice as yours, to be fair.
Very appropriate though, having the flamingo glass. It's all matching.
Very good. We found that completely.
Yes.
Obviously.
So-
Because everything about this night has been
Finally.
meticulously planned.
This is the last cocktail. This is the impeachment.
Guys.
So
6 for 6.
Cheers.
Cheers.
6 for 6.
I'll
indeed.
drink for that.
Wow.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's very good. I like that. Did you bring the glasses?
No.
Okay. Something very bad could be happening to me right now. The taste. I'm not meant to be getting this taste of salt. But yeah, no, very good.
Just salt.
It's
Oh,
a
I thought-
margarita.
That's very nice. That's very
no,
good.
that's actually really nice, guys.
Yeah. Back to I have another one.
Oh no.
Here we go. We're ready for this. It's definitely right.
I'm not
The
ready.
federal drinking age. What is the drinking age in a federal drinking age in America?
21.
No.
Oh.
The federal. No, wait. hang
No,
on.
I'm not taking any more advice from behind anyone
So,
behind the
sorry.
camera. Giving us advice is wrong.
The federal states are allowed to set their own drinking age.
Oh yeah.
But if they do not have it at 21, which is the federal, I don't think it's the law. I think it's the recommendation or whatever. They take away their highway funds. So they basically starve them of cash if the states don't have it at 21.
Wow,
Yeah, there you
that's
go.
an interesting provision.
But you can buy a gun 3 to 5 years before you can
Because I
buy
was
a
actually
drink.
I was considering going to America.
You're going to say buying a gun, but
No, no, I was considering going to America for university.
Okay.
But
Didn't know.
because I knew there's a girl we're family friends with, and she went to Rutgers on a hockey scholarship. So she got a hockey scholarship there. But I think it'd be very weird to go from where you've literally just finished school and you've literally just become legal to drink, and then you go and it's another couple of years before you can actually drink.
Yeah, we'll
But
be-
sure,
It's a big change, like.
But nothing, it's not listed. Everyone just gets fake IDs. Like, it doesn't, it's a form of prohibition that doesn't work. They're
Yeah.
meant to brought it in for the drink driving, which is, of course, fair enough, but it's just, it's not, doesn't really apply.
yeah, it is a difficult one.
Yeah.
Which is why we added in the mocktail, guys. Because
Yeah, we're
at the
responsible.
beginning, yeah. No, but it also
Definitely
like it
should
does
have
taste
finished.
good.
We should have finished with that night.
No, I
So
actually didn't drink until I was 18. Like, you can get away with like mocktails. I think on our last one,
Yeah, me
Hugh asked me to suggest my top 5 mocktails. And I came out with kombucha, which I got a lot of.
No,
hate for.
you came out with water. You
It is a good one.
You
It's
can
a
have a
classic.
lovely glass of water.
But kombucha, is
Water!
that slightly
Wait,
alcoholic?
was that you doing my? Was that you doing my accent?
No, that's just me speaking.
No, that was just him speaking. Yeah, no, you could kombucha. No, kombucha just has lots of cultures and probiotics.
Oh, I
in
thought it was
for
slightly
everyone.
alcoholic. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
You learned something new. That's the one thing that's been correct tonight. Right, we'll finish up with one more round of questions and then we're going to call it a night and let everyone get back to their heavy duty
All right.
watching.
Oh my god, he just whips the
Yeah.
chair out from under me.
Are you ready?
I'm
We're
ready for
separate
questions.
time. We're divided. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
Hit me.
Oh, I'm the
Okay.
quizmaster.
No,
Okay.
no, you
so-
have
Okay.
to. Well,
You're the one who
you
Googled
suggest
them.
the questions.
I did not Google them. These are coming straight out of my head, which is why they're all wrong.
Which is
Right, so
why
another
we're-
question about the American elections. Okay, here's going to be, if Donald Trump loses, this is pretty easy now, what number president will Joe Biden be?
Oh no, but he'll
Sorry,
be
sorry, sorry,
40.
I know. Oh,
No,
no,
so
no,
what
go
is
on.
it? It's 46.
Yes, 46. Very, very good.
I got that
46.
first drink.
This is entirely unfair. I actually
Yeah,
it's
said
not
it first.
unfair,
This
I
is an
guess.
issue that we kind of.
Donald Trump recently moved his home state from New York, which is
To
his
Florida.
home state. Okay, right. Okay.
Drink.
Yeah, fair enough.
You didn't even ask the question.
What? Okay.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to need a double check, fact check, but I'm fairly sure in this one. I'm definite at this bit. What is the most electoral college votes given by a single state?
Texas.
No, it is not Texas.
He asked what's the number, but nice try.
No,
Jared.
I meant to ask the state first. So she was.
I
I
Texas.
actually read his mind.
Yeah,
Is it Alaska?
it's not Alaska. It is
No, it's
West
not
Coast.
Alaska.
It is California. For how many?
17.
Not 17, but triple that, but not triple that. You're dumpy telling her!
He also is giving me all the wrong numbers all night, so I'm actually not
69.
listening anymore.
We're actually
Go on,
really
Jake.
intelligent. We've just been sabotaged by our camera crew.
Completely and entirely. I'll actually repeat all statements made tonight.
Oh, I
We're
was
not
wrong.
from me.
I was wrong. I thought it was 56, but apparently it's 55.
Oh, you got corrected by the mystical
I did.
voice in the
Thank
room.
you, magical fact checker. So
Yes.
55. Is Texas 38? Do you have that there? 36. I'm so 30. I'm so close. So Texas is 36 in case you're wondering. Right, okay. And one more question, then you ask me one, and then we're gonna say our goodbyes. Right.
Woo,
So
okay.
we've done that. We did that. Any suggestions would be wonderful.
So for a question,
Yeah. Actually, okay. Now
Okay,
here's one.
I have
Right.
an
So
interesting one.
we're all worried about the Supreme Court. Obviously,
Oh,
Trump
you read my
pushed
notes.
through his his nominee,
His
so
nominee.
it's now very much
Yes.
conservative slant. The Supreme Court was vital in deciding an election before in American politics. Now, first of all, I'm going to ask a series of questions. Right? What year was this?
I know exactly. 2004.
No.
2003.
No. It was
Six.
2000. The year 2000. And it was, what two candidates went
Bush
to
and
court?
Gore.
Bush v. Gore, exactly. What
No, you
state
did.
in question was disputed? The Davin state.
Sorry, I'm joking. I can't.
A state that is
Do you
still
know what? I
very
actually have
important.
so
I
many
know the
assignments
answer!
too. I just.
Okay, Florida. And does anyone know roughly how many votes pushed it in Bush's favour, roughly, before the recount, which they never did?
No, because again, I'm studying a subject not related to this, and I don't require to have any other information.
You
in my
are
head.
really
studying politics.
You're studying politics. I'm law biz.
International
so
relations and history, political thought. So unless it happened in Athens or in the EU, guys.
It was 200. So it was literally, and
Yeah,
the
that-
judges,
like I said, yeah.
Fact checkers
50, 250,
kind of telling us we're wrong.
300. Sorry, 300.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I thought so.
So he was wrong as well.
Well,
So
no, I
which
thought-
way?
yeah.
Sip sip.
But it was they said that if they'd done a statewide recount, it would have gone to Gore, and he would of course been president. But if they only recounted like the county or whatever, it would have stayed how it was. So there you go. Imagine if Al Gore had been president in 2000. Climate
Would
change
have
would
happened.
be no way as bad.
I actually
What
saw this as a TikTok.
If I had to
Of
one of the big ones.
It was just this really weird thread of what the presidents would have been.
Yeah, that'd be
if
fascinating.
Had the other one won.
Okay, right, I'm done. I have a few more questions, but I think we're sticking my question. So you give me one question, and then I'll wrap it up.
Do you have a question, Marge?
What should we ask?
I mean, I'm just gonna ask.
This is
what
a
it-
legal one. Okay, I'm
Wait,
gonna ask
no,
this. So
no.
this is a
Can
legal
it be
one.
slightly American election related?
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
Okay.
It's very legal.
Oh,
It's
okay,
very
never
American.
mind.
Very
election.
legal.
Mine was with the Peloponnesian War in Greece. But,
Okay, go on. No, give me that one.
Who were the different parties involved?
Sparta
in
and
the Peloponnesian
Athens. Sparta and Athens.
Okay, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Are we
Athens,
done?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to American
Yeah,
elections.
okay, go on, go on.
Just their sidetracked
Yeah.
about the Peloponnesian War. Are you running that essay plan for me? You're like helping me.
I've already
Okay.
done that. I've already done this. Last day was my levels.
Well, we can't all do it.
I don't want to be here either, folks. But
Yeah.
come on, quick.
Okay, last one. Roe versus Wade
Okay, very. Oh shit.
was the case
Yeah.
that legalized
Abortion.
in America.
Yeah.
Why is it that this, like, what is it about their legal system that means that, that this is, like, people are worried about it?
So
'Cause
Roe v. Wade was a Supreme Court ruling,
Yeah.
and it basically made abortion federally legal.
Yeah, well, okay, keep going.
Okay, so they're worried if this is overturned, then it will go to the states whether they can restrict abortion access, which of course red states probably will.
Okay, you're not fully wrong. Basically what it is America's
just
common law.
mainly
You're
wrong.
just mainly America's common law system. So you've got like statutes are obviously, you've got like constitution statutes, and then you've got your case law. Roe v. Wade, because they've never actually provided for it in statute, all that Roe v. Wade ruled was that a woman had the right to privacy. So it's not that abortion is illegal, but it's that the female has the right to privacy in the extent that the state can't question the fact that she's getting an abortion. So
Interesting.
if you overturn, this one Clark will know, if you overturn,
On a stream about politics, the cheek.
I'm getting called a politics nerd. Actually, I can find this is a legal point.
Yeah, she
so
didn't know her
I
politics.
could
She
just-
doesn't deserve the title. Legal
She's
nerd.
a law nerd.
Yeah, you get it right.
Get it right.
Sorry, we interrupted mid-flow. Excuse me. Continue about the wonderful statues.
Well, if you want, yeah. So yeah, if they overturn the case, then because that will no longer be case law, then if a woman no longer had right to privacy, abortion would be legal. Now, like it would be very tricky for them to overturn that, but that is why that is such a contentious issue.
If that is case in law, can the Supreme Court just go, yo, let's turn it over? Can they overturn a case without having another case, if you get me? So they can literally just...
The Supreme Court, if a case is brought to them on the issue, is when they would say,
Okay.
look, we're overruling this, you no longer have
Yeah,
right to
yeah.
privacy, and then abortion will be made legal.
Yeah.
So but it's because they've never provided for it in
Yeah.
statute. But Hugh, I will let you rattle.
Yeah, I will indeed.
I'm
thank
just being
you.
prompted
Yeah,
to,
no,
so.
yeah. Well, we've gone on now, folks. Let me give a time check for an hour and 45 minutes. We're so happy if you joined us for at least 10 minutes though, that was probably more than enough.
Yeah.
Really huge thanks to everyone watching. We're going to trawl through your tweets and your Instagrams now to check who's going to win our fulfill box. Huge thank you to Alex Clark, Mr. JCR President. Amazing cocktail maker. I have to say, mocktails, cocktails, the whole thing,
the whole
yard,
thing.
it all can sum it up. And of course, our wonderful law nerd, but not politics nerd, very importantly. A few easy ones got wrong there. But funny joke. Huge thank you to Ruth Brady, Law Sock, Social Sec, and did you know her parents own an alcohol company? So huge thank you to Ruth for that. And I got one more thank you to you, couldn't be done. Our amazing crew, our wonderful fact checkers in the distance, the occasional dabs kept us going. So guys, we're going to leave you now. We're one last thing, I know you thought you were getting out, but one last thing, predictions. So Alex, who is going to win the presidency and who's going to win the Senate? We don't need like names of the Senate, but Biden for president, and Senate is going to be Republican, Democrat, or split.
I don't know for the Senate. I'd say split.
Good, no, that's fair enough. Ruth?
Okay, I have an answer that I want it to be, and I have what I think it will be. So what I think it will be is that I think Trump might take it because he's like erring on the states, the oil states will want him. So I think Trump might win it, but I think if Trump wins it, the Democrats might again get this. So.
Well, just to let you know, we had to rip Ruth's "Don't Tread on Me" flag down before we started. It was very tough to do, but we managed it just about. But seriously, if you believe in Ruth's prediction, I think Trump is about 3-1 on various betting sites. He's
I know,
definitely
but it's
long.
the shy Trump voters that I'm just so.
That's fair enough.
I actually don't know.
That's your. No, that's fair.
I want to save my money, and this is what I think.
It's not ridiculous at all. No one would have said it last time. And Senate?
I think the Democrats. I think most people are trying to get it so that you have one as president and one as. That's the great thing with the American election system is you can have the two kind of opposing views in power. So.
But nothing works then. It just stops.
You.
Barely works. Sorry.
Okay. Controversial opinions about it below.
And Mr. McInerney, just to close up, what are your predictions?
Well, yes, we need to. Yes, let's go. My opinion. I personally do think Biden's going to win it.
Oh,
I think
okay.
It's either going to be like
I'm
290,
optimistic
a small one, or a landslide. It's either like he barely gets it or he knocks it out. But if anyone barely gets it, this won't be resolved till Christmas.
See, and that's kind of maybe that's where I'm coming from is that it might be quite marginal, and in that case.
Yeah, not fun.
In that case, we're staying here until the results come out. So on that note,
listen,
folks.
Thanks very much. It was
so much.
wonderful to be here with Count Tales, and hopefully we get to do many more of these.
Yeah.
Exactly. From all of us here at Ents,
And our virtual
JCR, and
world.
Lawsock, thanks a million. Enjoy your election night and stay safe. We'll see you soon.
au revoir.